Mr. Takai.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Admiral Harris, General Scaparrotti, for being here. Admiral Harris, again, regarding the Aegis Ashore facility, or the hope for a facility, North Korea's nuclear test in January underscores the concern that we have that North Korea may develop the ability to place a bomb on a long-range ballistic missile that could reach the U.S. West Coast. I refer to public comments you made that converting the Aegis missile defense test site in Hawaii into a combat-ready facility is a good idea to help protect the U.S. mainland. Since we have assets on Kauai, why not use them? How would this permanent land version add to U.S. defense needs? And what would it take to integrate the site into a larger U.S. ballistic missile defense system?
Thanks, Congressman. Good to see you again. I believe that we need to do everything we can to defend our nation, and that's my job in the Pacific. I think the Aegis Ashore facility in Kauai is a national treasure, and we should use it to the best of our ability. And I think one of the ways that we could improve our national ballistic missile defense capability is by converting that to a permanent facility with interceptors. I mean, it seems reasonable to me, but it demands further study. It demands a lot of study. I think at the end of the day, we'll learn that what it will do, it will be able to defend Hawaii, and other systems we have would defend the continental United States. But that's good. I mean, I'm good with that, and that's what I've recommended, that we begin the study to see if it's feasible and what it would take to do it. You know, there's not only the technical aspects of the architecture, the ballistic missile defense architecture. There's a political dynamic, as you well know, and the whole piece with increasing our footprint in Hawaii and all of that. So it's a whole effort that needs to be looked at. But I'm advocating it because I think we need to do it. I noted that after I made that statement, China objected, just as they have objected to the consultations we have with Korea to put THAAD in Korea. And I find it preposterous that China would insert itself in negotiations between us and our Korean ally on how best to defend our Korean ally and our Americans there, and they would interject themselves in our internal discussions on whether we should improve our ability to defend our own homeland.
Thank you. Actually, just a few days ago, China's Foreign Ministry spokeswoman compared the United States military infrastructure in Hawaii to China's land reclamation and strategic placement of missiles on disputed territory in the South China Seas. Can you just tell us your perspective on whether Hawaii should be and could be compared to the disputed territory in the South China Seas?
That statement that the Chinese spokesman made almost doesn't bear comment. I mean, it's ridiculous, and to me, it's indicative of the spokesperson's tone deafness.
I agree. In regards to the status of the rebalance, if U.S. defense spending remains limited to the cap set forth in the Budget Control Act of 2011 as amended, the so-called sequester levels, how might this impact the plans for bolstering U.S. force posture and presence in the Asia-Pacific region, and what might be the implications of maintaining deterrence and for operational risk in a potential combat situation?
As I've testified before, certainly at my confirmation hearing, that I think that if we were returned to sequester levels for the duration of the law out to the early 2020s, it will harm our ability dramatically, our ability to defend our nation. I think all that would be affected, and you know we're going through that now as we look at downsizing the Army. And you know, should we do that? Where should those forces come from that would be part of the downsizing and everything? So I've testified before that I think that the continued sequester would hurt us significantly in our military readiness, and I stand by that.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.